Hello. Thank you so much, dear friends, for coming along to this video. My name is Paul Murphy, and I guess the title of this video is going to be probably something like, I know, the 11th of December or something. A very brief bit of background. Recently, if you're following my channel, you'll know this story already, but recently, in some house excavations, 4 or 5 A4 boxes of previously long lost lyrics, prose pieces and poems have been unearthed, dating from 1989 up through to, so far, found up to January 1996. It's rather a lot. There's about 400 pieces that are missing, 200 of which I have no idea that they weren't in my files. I'm trying to get them down. One section that's come to light in the file that I'm going through at the moment is this here. And these are the original handwritten lyrics. I do apologise if I'm not looking in the right place and making eye contact. The viewfinder is backwards on this one, and I can't do the mental mathematics to work it out of the angles. In a nutshell, on the 11th of December 1994, because all the songs are annotated, it's a lifelong habit of mine, on that day I sat at that sofa there, one after the other. I wrote 17 songs. The first one was finished at 10 past 10 a.m. and the last one, I think, was finished at 1 minute past 10 at night. And I'm going to go through them in the order they were written. But the reason for the introduction, I'll probably only get about half of them done because this introduction will take up all this file. On high def, the camera only records, I think, 30 minutes at a time. I just want to say at the start here, these pieces, these lyrics and these prose pieces, they are dark, some of them quite insidious. There's nothing happy that's going to come your way, and I wouldn't want to impinge. If you're having a good day, spoiler alert, it may end now, and so please turn off if you're upset by something that's quite harrowing. It's very uncomfortable material. It's probably the best catch-all phrase for it. If you do stay to the end, and I'm very grateful to you for that, because you're sparing me your time, which is such a precious commodity. I wanted to point out that I wrote all these words on one day in 1994, and it is now the 8th of April 2023 as I sit here reciting them. I am riddled with motor neurone disease. I'm in the end stage of it, as you may know if you've watched my other videos. I've had this disease for many years now. One of the reasons that you'll see me doing this is because it spread to my mouth, and my mouth muscles no longer work properly. Hence the reason I'm trying to get as much of my material recorded while I'm still able to. But the point is, if you could guarantee me that tomorrow would be as bad as that day, whatever was going down in this day here. I mean, not all the songs about me, but I would take it in an instant, because here we are now, 30 years on from now, fighting for life, fighting for every sunrise, fighting for every sunset, although the nights are a bit worrying in my condition, as the diaphragm no longer works. So, So that's the proviso I'm putting in here. No matter how dark your day might be, it's a damn sight brighter than the day you never see. And please bear that in mind. There's no propagation here. These are warning signs, not invitations. Okay? And I'm going to read them off of the laptop because I've been typing them up, and so I've scanned them better from here, because this is just, when I write them, I don't know if you want to look, but that's how they come out. So they just all come out in one go. And the other thing I would say is the reason I'm typing them up, and I'm hoping to put out one final anthology of lyrics and prose, if I'm granted the time, which at the moment is copyrighted under the title of Shadows Behind Soft Words of Love. Some of my other titles are behind me, and also there's a photograph of my children who are the recipients of any sales. They get all the royalties. And now I'm going to begin. Between each song, or he said the lyrics, they're songs to me because I have the music that comes to my head, I will leave gaps so I can put timestamps in. Thank you for your time, and now we will begin. How strong the thread. I was thinking about saying goodbye. There was no path to the future, and there were flames in the sky. I had the blade of deceit between my shoulders, the smell of false friendship on my mind. The looking glass told me the nights would soon grow colder. I could not wait to leave it behind. I was thinking about saying goodbye. It was 3 days past midnight, and I'd watched the last free man die. I felt the pulse of conviction growing weaker. There must be a better place to be. I heard a voice say, if you love her, release her. And the same could be said about me. I was thinking about saying goodbye. I'd suffered too much betrayal and been told too many lies. There was ice on the smiles of all my lovers, poison on the tip of every kiss. There was venom in the milk of all my mothers, and there's nothing I've known that I'd miss. I was thinking about saying goodbye. I watched them brick up the walls. Outside, the silver wolf cried. In the haze of dawn, I recorded every moment. I heard a voice wailing from the sea. I was 2 hours in the blizzard when the snow went. Crying to the skies set me free. I was thinking about saying goodbye. I stood at the well of remorse and saw that it had run dry. Tomorrow stood there, putrid, dead and decaying. I could stand the stench of her no more. I listened, hearing not one word they were saying. There was nothing I had not heard before. Words of no feeling. Drifting off on a raft of tranquility. Everything is calm. There is no sensation left in me. Vaguely wondering where my journey ends. Life takes all you give. Postcards of emptiness it sends. And I have touched, but I have never felt. I feel nothing now. I'll return when this picture melts. I gave love, but none was returned. On paper it was, and I watched as the letter burned. And too close to the edge I've swum. Yes, those times are real. The damage is already done. I held the poison in my hands. While the poet spoke, the choice was made, and here I stand. The distance is much nearer now, its touch smooth and soothe. Is this the last chance I'm allowed? My friends, there is no anguish here, no languishing light. Tonight I see things at last clear. Too many deaths have I endured. Now those times are closed. I'll suffer not for your reward. And so to sleep mayhap to die. Babylon has gone. You'll see no eye that cries. Can I trust you with my memories? Will you come to me at the end? Will you comfort me as a friend? Will you hold my hand as I die? Will you loathe me for all I imply? Will you hold the last words I say? Will you give my passwords away? Will you build my tomb out of sand? Will you sell me as they shall demand? Can I trust you with my memories, sweet memories? Or will you just cast the earth and say farewell? Can I leave you with my memories, sweet memories? If I write them out for you, will you treat them well? Or will they be one more trinket for you to sell? Will you marry me in your heart? Will you bury our souls apart? Will you name me before I leave? Will you praise me for all I believe? Will you save yourself when I thirst? Will you save those first who are cursed? Will you carve the rock with my pride? Will you give me the time to decide? Can I trust you with my memories, sweet memories? Or will you just cast the earth and say farewell? Can I leave you with my memories, sweet memories? If I write them out for you, will you treat them well? Or will they be one more trinket for you to sell? Will you place my name on your list? Will you face me chained at the wrist? Will you let me live as I die? Will you tell them how hard I tried? Can I trust you with my memories, sweet memories? Or will you just cast the earth and say farewell? Can I leave you with my memories, sweet memories? If I write them out for you, will you treat them well? Or will they be one more trinket you can sell? If you will excuse me just a second, you can probably tell that my mouth is not working. Only one side of my mouth works, and I am sorry. I just want to... It's a very nasty disease. Actually, I must just introduce the next one a little bit, if you'll forgive me. So the next one, I don't think it had a title. Oh, yes, that's right. It's called 15 Minutes in the Life of the Dead. I've now subtitled it a one-act monologue. So, and it's written now. I've written it out, so it is like a mini stage play, a one-act performer. So if you think of, imagine this is dark with just a spotlight on, it's that kind of thing. That's what I've turned it into now. 15 Minutes in the Life of the Dead, a one-act monologue. It's 11:49. I don't feel too fine. I've drunk half a bottle of wine and I've taken lots of other stuff too. My insides burn like hell, like I've swallowed a napalm shell. My rationality's gone as well. See, I never had an easy life like you. It's 11:53 now, my eyes don't see. There's a 3D disparity. I wish I knew whose ceiling I am on. I want to get off the boat, let my spirit float, so I throw junk down my throat, hoping I'll wake up to find I'm dead and gone. It's 11:56, man, I'm feeling sick. I'm getting too old for this trick, but I seem to survive each goddamn time. What does it take to die? Accidental like. Lord knows I've tried with all my might, but fate seems to keep throwing me a lie. It's 11:59 and I don't feel too fine. I can see the finishing line, but I never seem able to break the tape. Well, I'll be back again, bet on that, my friend. Something will give out in the end. There's only so much a body can take after the mind breaks. You have to be who you are. I saw a face in the flames tonight, at the place where the eagles roam. I was 1,000 miles away, and you were making yourself at home. You said I'd told the sky your secrets, but how could I have known? It's out there, written in the stars. You have to be who you are. There's an inn in the valley of pain, where night never reaches the day, where I had nothing there to gain, but so much to throw away. I asked you to sleep with your eyes open, in the bed where saints once lay. Every intervention causes scars, but you have to be who you are. There's no set direction, there's no chance of retreat, no immaculate conception, no glory in defeat, no saving grace in dying, no change of identity, only something in the air tonight that draws you to me. I saw 100 worlds colliding deep in the shelter of your eyes, and as the final sun was rising, did I finally realize I was always meant to meet you in this field lit by fireflies. No one dared whisper, that's too far, and you have to be who you are. Every pointing finger, every accusation thrown, remember when we told them that they without sin cast the stone. There is no set direction, no chance of retreat, no immaculate conception, no glory in defeat, no saving grace in dying, no change of identity, only something in the air tonight that draws you to me. I saw a face in the flames tonight, the way that I sometimes do. Someone was lying next to me, doing an impersonation of you. I proffered my confession, although you already knew. You said you'd read it in the stars, that you have to be who you are. I guess I should also have said at the start that because most of these are written as songs, so some of them have choruses. So that's why I'm sure you've worked that out, but that's why I'm going back in here. I've heard that before. Anyway. The next one is called That Too Isn't Us. That too isn't us. Someone's got to come in here before one of us can leave. I don't have your one-way ticket hidden up my sleeve. We never should have started something we couldn't see through to the end. I know we've done a lot of damage. Let's see how much of it we can mend. Didn't we have a good time, or were we wrong with that too? I got you on the pedestal, but you never told me what to do. If we knew the right direction, we could have travelled on a different road. We're both carrying so much baggage. Let's see how much we can unload. It takes two to make love, and it takes two to trust. It takes two to see hard times through, and that too isn't us. That too is not us. You took me to somewhere else, but I never asked you to. Somehow I couldn't give you a promise. That was new. We can sit here and stare at a cracked picture of the past, or start playing with a brand new deck and see if we can win this back at last. It takes two to make love, and it takes two to trust. It takes two to see hard times through, and that too isn't us. That too is not us. It's called Trish's song. He has to leave at 1 o'clock. She hates to see him go. She shuts out his other life and pretends she doesn't know. She sees the writing on the wall and wishes she could not read. Every dream she has is him. He's everything she needs. She watches him as he gets dressed, but not one word is said. She prays when he's at the door, he'll turn and stay instead. But never does it happen. It's not as if she hasn't always known. This is where he comes most nights, but it's not his home. She didn't know how it would hurt beginning this affair. It wasn't meant to get this deep. She wasn't meant to care. She knows she only has him for a fleeting, glancing time. He told her what the boundaries were, and she's dared to cross the lines. Is this their last night together? She never knows for sure. She understands one day he will leave and come back no more. So she takes the time he gives her and never asks for promises, convincing herself she doesn't know that the life she leads is his. All God knows. Can't you whisper any louder? I didn't catch all that you said. Give me something to cling on to. Put a good thought in my head. I've spent so long in shadow, been broken in some nameless town. Hold me one night and then leave me. Show me where it all goes down. I've had a heart full of trouble, too many shots of something bad. Let me see through eyes of no tears, feel the love I've never had. I don't go near the good times, I've watched so many fade to pale. Every letter brought me closed lips, every ship already sailed. God knows I've seen 1,000 shooting stars. God knows I've crossed 1,000 frozen lakes. God knows I've played 1,000 times and lost. God knows how much a heart can take before it breaks. Stand me outside when you shoot me. Don't spill my blood against the wall. There's no conflict in denial. Heaven knows I've seen it all. And I'm no one that you would know. Make or break me as you please. I'm nobody you could care for. I hope that puts your mind at ease. God knows I've seen 1,000 shooting stars. God knows I've crossed 1,000 frozen lakes. God knows I've played 1,000 times and lost. God knows how much a heart can take before it breaks. Now I've lost you. I can tell by the sound of your voice that I've hurt you for the last time. There's nothing that I can say now that will change your mind. I know that I have shrugged aside the last chance you were prepared to give. I've bought myself emptiness. Oh, what a gift. Call a number, take a shot, give of yourself all that you've got. Don't let enchanters whisper in your ear, lest everything that you hold dear will disappear. I can see by the look in your eyes, my disguise has been seen through. I told one too many lies, and now I've lost you. Call a number, take a shot, give of yourself all that you've got. Don't let enchanters whisper in your ear, lest everything that you hold dear disappear. To a brother. Footsteps in the moonlight on the cobblestone path. Find me in the gutter when the madman laughs. Hey kid, you better find a better way. You're walking on the ground where the spirits of your dead ancestors lay. Hatred follows sunset down on Bigotry Street. Eyes are shut tight on every person you meet. Someone's bleeding while the sermons are read, and the sinners in the churchyard are waiting for the saints to raise the dead. Dancing outside naked with a mother of pearl. 5 days in the distance, you'll meet your new world. Look behind and see what truth can do, while they're drowning deep in sorrow where hope is granted to so few. Your eyes have bled blue tears for your brother's soul, and you've talked to the sea in a voice of despair. In the arms of the dawn lays the child of the night before. In the bones of the dead you find the truth of the power of prayer. Warnings of destruction fall like snow upon stone ears. In your hour of darkness lies your deepest fears. Guns, they speak of nothing but the coward's view. Beneath the false veneer of hope lies the truth that the truth hides from you. Your eyes have bled blue tears for your brother's soul, and you've talked to the sea in a voice of despair. In the arms of the dawn lays the child of the night before. In the bones of the dead you find the truth of the power of prayer. Now, most of these songs, I'm just again a little, just going to go down a little tributary here. These songs are written in order, so I mean, I did toy briefly with the idea of Googling the 11th of December 1994, just to see, what's going on in the world. But, unless I could Google what was going on in my own life on that day, it would have been pointless. But I do notice the last song, and then it led into this one. And you'll notice some of the songs, that third person, first person, so they're done in that kind of way. There's not total introversion here. And again, the next one here is it's one of the story songs, and it's obviously about it's about a shooting spree. So whether that had been on the news that day, and that was where I was going with this. I was writing anti-shooting spree song. I mean, I realise that's something of a strange thing to say. No one's going to write a pro shooting spree song, but you know what I mean with not so much in England where I'm to, but gun lobbies, etc. And this is called Dancing in No Man's Land. And again, it's written as a narrative. So it's like it's hard to explain. I'm running out of time, so I can move it on. But it's obviously two guys, or maybe a guy in a room, or two girls, who knows. But it's one guy, the main protagonist, and saying to the other one. So it's written as that. It's written as a one-person dialogue. Dancing in no man's land. Shout at the sun, we're going to have some fun. Pick up a gun and we're on the run. And we won't stop till we catch a shot. Let's shut up shop and kill us some cops. Meet me back there by the rocking chair, where no one cares if you burn children's hair. When we're all through, we'll leave it to you. Write what's true or come into our view. It's an out-of-hand grand slam dance in no man's land. Lock up the gate so there's no escape. It's getting real late, but it's going to be great. Let's go to town, start mowing them down. Don't look around when the sirens sound. Don't change your mind, it's going to be fine. We won't do time, but we'll own the headlines. No time to talk, time to make the walk. Don't stop or balk, let's make outlines of chalk. It's an out-of-hand grand slam dance in no man's land. And that's as much time as I think maybe I should talk until the anyway. So I'm very grateful to you for your time. The next one, I don't think I'll get it. No, I won't. The next one goes on for 3 pages, so it won't fit in. You've been extremely kind and generous with your time. If you've got this far, even though I put the warning at the start about the nature of the materials is somewhat dark and intense, and I suppose the last one, quite harrowing. So please remember, these are, I'm a songwriter, but if you know my material, I'm a storytelling songwriter, and if I'm writing from the heart, as I say, I sat on that sofa, not that sofa, but I sat on the sofa over there. I wrote all those songs. You've got about halfway through there, I guess, one after the other. Presumably I got up to make a cup of tea or something during the course of the day. Who knows? It's pretty obvious, that was not that's how I was not in a good frame of mind. How would I know? But it was an intense frame of mind. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness me, that is very leaden and very weighted and everything what's come out there. As I say, I'm here and you can see I'm losing the ability to talk, I'm losing the ability to hold my hands up and everything, but it's life and it's very precious, and no matter, I would take 10 years of days being that bad, because you can just go outside and look at the sun, etc. My name is Paul Murphy. The one thing I will just say at the end, if you'll forgive me, I'm happy to make these videos. I'm honoured, really, to make them, and that people listen to them and send me your kind comments, and I appreciate them so much. I'm afraid infirmity means I can't reply to you all like I used to in the old days. I'm so sorry. But I'm telling you, I really appreciate them. They really do give me a sense of warmth that's impossible to put into words, although I could. And if you would like to read my words for yourself, and you can probably do a whole lot better than I can these days, I think I've got about 45 books still available on Amazon. I know that all my music books, my factual music books, are no longer available there, and they will not see reprints. So Anyone who's waiting for the third volume of my Bob Dylan series, it won't happen, I'm afraid. But all these ones here, somewhere behind, they're all available on Amazon. My name is Paul Murphy. Wherever you go, take my heart with you.